Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today is day 84 of our 100 days of knit stitches. And today's stitch is the herringbone stitch. It is one that I have tried before, and it is just so not one of my favorites. It's kind of hard on my hands because I have to hold the stitches, but I'm going to give it another try. I am using Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick yarn. And today I'm using a size 15 needle. The stitch is a little tight, and if it's too tight of a stitch, it's not very soft and cozy. So I want to loosen it up a little. So I bumped up my knitting needles size. So you want to cast on multiples of 2. So I'm going to cast on 10 stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I wanted you guys to be able to see this from the very first row, so you know exactly what it looks like, how it all comes together. So the first 2 stitches of every row, or every knit side row, so this is our odd number row. So row 1, we're going to slip as if to knit, slip as if to knit, and then we're going to knit through the back loop. But we're not going to drop both stitches. We're just going to drop the first stitch. See how it created that diagonal? And then we're just going to slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit, and knit through the back loop, only dropping that first stitch off. So we're going to repeat that process over and over again. Slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit, knit 2 together through the back loop, but only drop that first stitch off. Slip as if to knit, slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit, knit 2 together through the back loop, but only drop that first stitch off. We're going to slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit, knit 2 together through the back loop, and drop that first one off. Let's see if I can get it just a little bit closer for you guys. See how close I could get. All right, so I have half a stitch on there. So I'm going to slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit, then I'm going to knit 2 together through the back loop, and slip just that first stitch off, without splitting it. So we're going to slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit, knit 2 together through the back loop. Excuse me, but only drop that first stitch off. Slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit, knit 2 together. I'm going to get both of those through that back extra stitch there is in my way. And then slip 1 off, slip as if to knit, slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit, knit 2 together through the back loop, and then we're going to still drop that 1 stitch off, but we have 1 stitch remaining, so we're going to knit to the inside of that stitch, and then we have all those diagonals created. Oh, but I need to be closer. All right, so let's go to the purl side. This side's a little easier to remember. So we're going to purl 2 together. I think this side's a little quicker, but you have to get your fingers up here to work. So purl 2 together, and we drop that first one off. Purl 2 together, drop that first stitch. Purl 2 together, drop that first stitch. purl 2 together, drop that first stitch, purl 2 together, drop the first stitch, purl 2 together, drop the first stitch. Just rinse and repeat. Kind of has a nice flow to it, this side. Not a whole lot of wrist movement. Then you get to that last stitch. We're just going to go ahead and purl it. So we're not really increasing or decreasing on every row. All right, so do this one, the beginning of this one again. So we're going to slip as if to knit, slip as if to knit, knit 2 together through the back loop, and drop the first stitch off. Slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit, knit 2 together through the back loop, and drop the first stitch off. Slip as if to purl, slip as if to knit. Does kind of have a nice rhythm to it. Slip, slip, knit. Slip, slip, knit. Slip, slip, knit. That stitch there is a little loose. So that's what the back of the work looks like. All right, we'll do this. I'll do this side one more time. That way you guys see the front. Oops. Slip one off. A little too close. Slip 1, purl 2, slip 1, purl 2, slip 1, purl 2, slip 1, purl 2, and then just purl that last stitch. I think the one thing that I might have done differently would be that first row. I think I would knit and purl so that I had this edge on the front side of it instead of this purl edge on the front. But that is it is a beautiful stitch. It really is. It is. You do have to work for it though. So I hope you guys found that to be helpful. The herringbone is a beautiful stitch. It's one of my favorites whenever I see people doing them on Instagram or I see pictures of it on Pinterest. It's just beautiful. Ravelry. I just haven't really chosen to do that. However, that went pretty nice. And it is a very nice stitch. Actually, I think I could even use a larger needle, so it's a little bit looser. It just is a kind of a tight stitch. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's new stitch, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.